Hello. Did you know that building the brand right now is more important than sales and marketing? Hi, I'm Prabin Gautam. Welcome to the show, Digital Perspective. This program is all about exploring your digital trends, ideas, and really practical advice to build your business, build a brand, and monetize it. Uh, in last couple of episodes, I've been getting a lot of feedback, actually, the quick emails as well. Yeah, a lot of our clients and the viewers have passed me that the branding has helped. Some of the tips has really helped them, and is really good. And if there's any specific questions, anything ask on the show, feel free to just jump in or just type the message. Yeah, feel free to always send me a quick email. Now, today we're all talking about brand, and I have got number of questions these days, especially on the brand. And one of the questions recently someone asked me is, Prabin, what do you think about both personal brand and business brand, which is better? And that's where I just thought to go deeper on this. So pretty much I'll be sharing all the practical ideas, tools, and techniques what I am literally using as well, and some of our clients are using, and that has been really creating some results. So stay tuned for that. And if you're watching this from different social media, including Facebook or Instagram, or that might be from LinkedIn Live, yeah, feel free to just give us a thumbs up, comments, or share this post, especially to the colleagues who are looking for creating a premium brand. And they are looking for the point of difference in the market. All right, let's get into it. So first thing, let me quickly show you here something. I was actually last night I was going through some of the report from McKinsey, Ernst and Young, and Accenture. And this one actually really. I was quite surprised, and with seeing this, which is a very fact actually, 89% of B2B marketers say brand awareness is the most important goal, followed by sales and lead generation. So that has been published recently by Content Marketing Institute, which I truly believe, because it's now everything, the whole world has changed with this COVID, and everything is looking for the best, establishing the brand, also the consumers right there, or the clients, or if you like patients or the prospects, are really checking everything. They are checking your website, they are checking your personal name, they are checking on your LinkedIn, they are checking everything whatever it is in the digital collateral. So it is important right now to build the brand and then start monetizing it. So pretty much today in the show, we'd like to talk about two things. One, your brand's future, which also means talking about both personal as well as business. So we'll go deeper. So let's start with personal brand. Why do you need a first? I mean, before even to start, why do you need the brand? Why? What is the measure? Why is the reason it need to be created? Obviously, the first thing is position you as a different, because everyone is selling the same thing, but it's then consumers really can't differentiate what is the difference. So it is important to have the brand presence, both personal and business. And second, if you do it well, there is a less competition, which means there is a really, you can charge more and quality versus quantity. And also the point of difference, as I said, because then you would know exactly it's apple to apple or apple to orange or whatever it might be. So establishing the brand is number one key element for every entrepreneurs, every business leaders right now. Now, then the question is, okay, where do we start? It's always interesting because brand, someone asked me recently, actually, I remember, Praveen, can you establish the brand in 90 days? And I said, ooh, not sure about 90 days, but obviously it is a long process. It takes a time to establish both your personal and business brand. So when you talk about the personal brand, there's a number of things to be involved, right? So first thing is, why it is necessary. Obviously, everything is based on relationship, everything is based on trust. So when people see you, when they like you, when they trust you, they are more comfortable on doing a business. So that's where personal brand need to be established. So especially if you are executive right now watching this, or if you are business leaders, if you are entrepreneurs, if you are consultant, whatever the industry you are in, whichever segments, it is really important to have a niche, your personal niche in the market, especially even the sales leader or delivery, because we believe everyone is a front face these days, because client are interacting with everyone, including the accounts, including the delivery team, including the sales team, including marketing team. So you really need to have that positioning well on the marketplace. So a couple of things. First is, let me quickly share how I started. Obviously, when I started my business, started 2005. I still remember the first website cost me tens of thousands of dollars, hoping that generate, but that didn't work well. And then I realized quickly that obviously brand presence is very important in the market. And since nowadays, not only obviously the business brand, we have got our websites and everything, but the webs, obviously, if you're a believer on the personal website, the personal brand, you need to have a website. It need to be very clear who you work with, some of the testimonials, and really all about positioning you as an expert. So it's very important to get those because key ideas, no matter whether the personal name is the biggest name. So people are typing your name, first name, last name, including the testimonial, including reviews. So we got to make sure that it comes out first. That's one thing. Now, what I'm also saying is not that everyone, all of you who are watching this right now, if you are working for someone, if you are working for any business or enterprise, you may not necessarily have to create the website all the time. So this is more for the business leaders, entrepreneurs, for the more someone who is creating, who is on the brand. But most likely the common ideas for you is obviously have a really good presence on your LinkedIn. Because if you're B2B, if you're targeting more quality clients through the quality clients, then LinkedIn is number one platform right now. So think out how is your LinkedIn looking right now? Have you updated your profile? Have you updated your headers? Or have you updated all the information which goes on a LinkedIn? What about the features articles? Have you done recently? Or that might be your company name, your details, what you are involved in, some of the, as you can see here, some of the testimonial, the people you have worked with. So, and obviously all the details, including the key here, also your testimonial, which is so important. You can't not to miss it. Because after all, it's again, people are checking the credibility. People are checking is that matching, especially the new prospect are saying you really are just the doer. Are you really making sure that things get happen? What are the clients you have worked with? So these all things are very, very important, especially when I talk about personal branding or business branding. It's all about 3 P's, which means positioning, packaging, and promoting. So positioning means obviously here when we talk about personal, make sure the websites, you have got a website. If you don't have a website, the LinkedIn is a digital resume. So people, I don't know whether you have still got a resume, but I don't. So the whole key point here is that get up-to-date resume all the time. So, weekly or 2 weekly, fortnightly, update the things, write some article, because it's all about, you're having that adding value to your network. So that's a common, I hope that's been a little bit value for you. Now, also on that note is also in the LinkedIn, what you can also do perhaps next time, which I'll show you, is LinkedIn have got a really social selling, or it will allow how much, currently the LinkedIn is working. So, you can easily find out as well. If you're interested, just post me the link. I'll send you that. So if you just hit that, you will see the whole graphs where it is at the moment. And I believe obviously social currency is important than ever, because right now everyone is in a social and they are consuming exactly like what we're doing here. So it is important to have up to date and create a unique message or a story which compel your buyers to talk with you or to be involved with you. So it's very important. Now, second phase on a personal is packaging. Obviously, we're living in a very interesting time for sure. So packaging also means, it's not about the physical packaging, but also make sure that the virtual presence is very important. I remember when I started the business, I'm more than happy. I think this morning I found this, I used to put the brochures, hundreds of brochures and all these nice, they look very slicky. Still, there is a little bit intro about me, about the work clients. And it used to be good. I mean, 7, 8, 10 years ago, I mean, still have got a number of things, but it's just old. And as you can see, people change the logo. Obviously, have changed my brand. So there's the here, and there is no here. So that's the world we are living in. That the world is changing so fast. And what is good now is obviously you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on all these printing the glossy materials, all online, because online is the best, and you can update and test and measure and change quickly, very, very much. So right now I'm using very simple, just something like thank you cards to give to our clients. Just thank you, just put some notes. Still, it is very valuable because clients feel it's acknowledged. So the point what I'm trying to say is not that you have to do 100 things, right? Not that you've gone where those days when you have to print heaps of stuff, and then obviously when you change, you got to throw everything. I remember, we have thrown so much in the past, every 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, which it's changing, and then it changed. But nowadays, obviously, everything digital, so you change when you like, everything happen. So that's where the packaging. So you must need to understand and create that collateral. But I remember one of my mentor shared me a while ago. Actually, Praveen, it's in business, it's not just the luck. Yes, luck is luck, but it's not just the luck. What does he mean is luck means obviously likability. You got to have the likability in the business. U stands with urgency. So how because these days speed is the competitive advantage for any business. So if you are not updating, if you've been very slow on the customer response, if you're very slow, I'm not sure where you will last in 5, 6, 7 years, because obviously the new generations coming through are very quick. They're everything right in the hand. So urgency is more important, especially after this COVID is, and then C stands with consistency. So everything people are checking consistent on your personal brand, consistent on your business, consistent on your LinkedIn. Everything need to be consistent. And the last word, it stands with knowledge. As you know, when we're dealing with the experts or very much high-end businesses, we got to have that walk the talk. It's not about just throwing out everything. You got to walk the talk, which also means developing that expert language, developing both technical and non-technical language, so you can deliver well, you can sell well, you can produce more well. So that's what I believe on. So positioning, packaging. The third thing key is promotions, and as we touched briefly on promotions, especially when you're talking about B2B, when you talk about enterprise clients or executives or more on a corporate clients, promotions is important, especially on LinkedIn. And I'm also a great believer on less is more. It's not that you have to involve on every channels, including TikTok or every channels. But the key here is to be involved on which you can really maintain, or which you can put the dent or add value to your community. So also understanding the message, right message to the right client with the right channels, and obviously in the right time. So those things are very important when you talk about the personal branding. So all about positioning, packaging, and promotions. Now, if you can, I can see a number of the viewers who are watching this right now. If you're just logging in, we're talking about brand, the future, both personal and business brand. Feel free to just give a thumbs up, comments, or share this. Or if there's any specific question, feel free to just type it out. Either in LinkedIn or Instagram. All right, so let's talk about a little bit on business. So business branding. So business branding also works very similar to the personal branding. The only things it makes difference is in a business branding is obviously when we talk about business branding, people normally think, oh, it's a color, it's a logo, it's a website, it's the values we have, it's the mission we have. So I'm just curious, what do you think? What is branding? Business branding is all about. And with our experience, when I believe is, it's a mix of everything. So yes, business in branding, it means everything. So whether that may be sales, whether that may be marketing, whether that may be a delivery, whether that may be a promise to your clients or customer experience, or that might be customer delight. So everything, it has got to be everything. And that's where the business branding, the brand or brand positioning need to be there. So if you're watching this, obviously there's some key questions for you would be, when is the last time have you really updated your websites or services? because obviously this year 2020 has been very interesting year, and and post-COVID world, don't know what's going to happen. So, a lot of things, uncertainty in the market. So when is the time you have update your business brand, whether that may be websites or your collaterals or your printing stuff? Yeah, I'm curious to know. Now, is it still your messaging or your marketing or communication is still relevant? I don't know. That's something, we always can reflect back and see what is our communications is looking, what is our marketing. Is it now with the context? It's not about the content, sending the content, but it's all about the context, what consumers are feeling right now. And what lessons have you learned during these lockdowns and business lessons, and how have you implement in your day-to-day? Because obviously, the staff, everyone is still working very remotely. We just heard that in South Australia, just again 6 days lockdown. So things are very, very changed, and we're still very uncertain. So the key here is we got to understand what is happening, and then put that framework on to any of the marketing or communications you are doing. I remember one of the recent note from Alan Wise, who is the finest entrepreneur in the world, and he's a great coach. I followed him through his books and number of things, and he mentioned something like, if you haven't created sort of half a dozen or more collaterals in this year, what were you doing? Well, that's a very thoughtful analogy, because obviously what he means is, the things are changing so quickly. So the collaterals, you can't have 2 years old websites, or 2 years brochures, or 3 years ago, some collaterals, and you can't just relate that to your new clients. You got to up to date, whether that may be your brochures, prospectus, whether that may be memorandum informations, whatever it might be. The point here is, you have to really have to up to date those things, and obviously it is relevant to the audience. It needs to be relevant to the audience right now as we speak, and as we are preparing for 2021, it is a perfect time, obviously, because obviously after, no matter what sort of the business you're involved in, but if you are in December side, in 2-3 weeks, it's a perfect time to reflect and to build these collaterals, right? Okay, so in business branding as well, 3 things, obviously. Packaging also means how you're making your client's life easier, whether that may be how is your sales process look like, how you're offering the number of options to your client, whether on your websites, whether on your proposals. So it is very important, and the key here is to make the client's life easy. So everyone is so busy these days, and you got to package in such a way that it is easier for your clients to grab it, to understand. So that comes with the packaging. Now, in terms of the promotions, I know it is an old saying that to find your client, go where your clients are. Simple as that. But still, in digital world, people are not really hammering that. They are all every channels, just even not sure where the ideal clients. About 60-70% of the clients right now, not just the small business but mid-sized business as well, who are 30, 40, 50 million dollar over, they're finding the same issues, because obviously the client demographic, client persona is changing, right? Every time it's changing. So and that's where we got to have an up to date. So the key question for you: who is your ideal client right now, and are you focusing on low level service or high level service or premium in the marketplace? Because there's so many competition out there. So where do you position? Are you on a low level, or are you on a high level? So it also means that you have to package it up, you have to position well, and you have to promote in a such a way that it reaches to that ideal audience or ideal clients or prospect, if you like. Now, I remember recently one of we're doing more on a cosmetic sides or dental sides or a specialized side of the business. I remember one of our clients in Sydney. She runs a massive cosmetic business. She said, "Okay, Praveen, look, I know you have been doing so many helping so many dentists, especially in cosmetic world. So we want to have. What do you think about the TikTok? Can we go for the TikTok?" So my simple answer is, yeah, that's fine. I mean, you can choose any channels as you like, but still it takes a little bit time. And again, old saying is, if her ideal audience in her context, her ideal audience is corporate clients, right, or executives. So not sure still. I mean, yes, in 2-3 years time they may also come in TikTok. That's a separate story, but not yet. So our focus is, yes, create the TikTok, that's fine, but focused on where the clients are. So the clients are in LinkedIn. It is obviously focused more on LinkedIn, and build the audience there, builds the community, business community there. And obviously, if they want to do any cosmetic stuff, you would be the first choice. So again, look, having that clear message or clarity is very important, no matter what you do. And if there's one thing you need to remember, if you're watching this, remember is all about consistency in the branding. So when people go to your LinkedIn, when people go to your website, when people go to your consume any sort of collaterals like print, you got to have a consistent branding throughout. Otherwise, the simple answer is confused mind, as you know, won't buy. So they don't talk, they don't, your whole prospects will get confused. So it is important to have the consistent brand. But I'm really curious to know, what do you think about the personal or business brand? Do you think it need to work hand in hand, as you have found? Obviously I believe and both need to go hand in hand, whether you are working for someone, or you are business leaders, or you're entrepreneurs, or you are executives. So it need to be hand in hand. So it's a and process, not or process. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you find the value of these episodes. By the way, if you have some questions about the branding, feel free to just email me at praveen@viznetwork.com.au. Other branding guidelines, you can also check out viznetwork.com.au. And if you're looking to build your premium brand and monetize it for 2021, get in touch with me. Again, just all the emails are right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll look forward to talk with you soon.